Have you ever paused in the middle of your day, struggling to take a full, deep breath, and wondered why something as natural as breathing suddenly feels like a challenge? We often associate shortness of breath with the heart or lungs, imagining immediate danger in the form of asthma, pneumonia, or heart complications. Yet, what if the very organ quietly working behind the scenes, filtering our blood and maintaining balance in the body, is the real signal we should be paying attention to? Our kidneys, often overlooked until pain or severe symptoms emerge, speak to us in subtle ways, and shortness of breath is one of their quiet, urgent warnings. It's a whisper of imbalance, a reminder that our body's harmony is delicate and demands awareness. Many people experience fatigue, swelling, or breathlessness without understanding its origin, attributing it to aging, stress, or lifestyle, unaware that the root cause may lie in kidney dysfunction. The connection between our respiratory system and our renal system is profound and intricate. When the kidneys are unable to efficiently filter waste and manage fluids, excess water accumulates in tissues and lungs, making each breath feel heavier, each inhale a struggle. Coupled with anemia, a condition often triggered by impaired kidney function, oxygen transport within the body diminishes, leaving the heart working overtime and the mind craving relief. Understanding these processes is not just a medical insight, it is a metaphor for life itself. Just as neglected emotions, unaddressed conflicts, and ignored instincts manifest in subtle, often unexpected ways, the body sends signals when something vital is off balance. Recognizing these signals requires patience, awareness, and the willingness to look beyond what seems obvious. This is where the teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir provide profound guidance. His work emphasizes the interconnectedness of health, urging us to approach our well-being not as isolated events, but as a symphony of systems, each influencing the other. When we ignore the whisper of the kidneys, we allow minor disruptions to grow into serious complications, much like ignoring a small crack in the foundation of a house, only to be confronted later with structural collapse. Life, in this sense, is an echo of the body's design. Subtle signs often precede monumental changes, and listening with intention can prevent crises before they arrive. Imagine walking through life with awareness, sensing when something is off before it becomes unbearable. Imagine being attuned, not just to physical sensations, but to the deeper messages they carry, much like interpreting the language of the soul through the body. Every organ, every cell, communicates, and learning to interpret these signs is an art and a science. Shortness of breath, often dismissed or misattributed, is one of the clearest examples of this communication. When fluid retention builds quietly, you may notice swelling in the ankles, puffiness around the eyes, or subtle fatigue. Your body's resilience begins to falter, and the lungs bear a burden they were never designed to carry alone. These experiences are not merely physical. They are invitations to reflect, to slow down, and to honor the intelligence embedded in your own body. Inspired by Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we begin to see that paying attention to these early warnings is not fear-driven, it is life-affirming. Awareness transforms worry into action, uncertainty into preparation, and confusion into understanding. It is in these moments, when we choose to listen rather than ignore, that we reclaim control over our health, our choices, and ultimately, our lives. Every breath we take is precious. Every signal the body sends is meaningful, and the capacity to notice, to respond, and to act with intention defines the difference between living reactively and thriving proactively. To overlook shortness of breath as nothing serious is to miss an opportunity to safeguard your vitality, your energy, and your ability to experience life fully. When you recognize the kidney's subtle messages, you engage in a form of self-respect that honors the wisdom of the body, much as a gardener notices the first signs of drought in the soil or the budding of new growth. Life thrives when we are attentive, alert, and responsive, and the kidneys are no different. They call to us, softly yet persistently, asking for recognition, care, and action. Your journey toward understanding, awareness, and empowered health begins the moment you choose to listen, the moment you refuse to dismiss what your body communicates. As we continue on this journey of understanding, imagine for a moment the subtle warning signs that appear almost like whispers in the night, easily overlooked, but profoundly important. Shortness of breath may start as a fleeting sensation, an unsteady inhale during a brisk walk, a pause while climbing stairs, or a heaviness in the chest that feels out of place. Many dismiss these as ordinary, attributing them to fatigue, stress, or poor physical conditioning. Yet in truth, these small disturbances are the body's urgent messages, carefully disguised as minor inconveniences. The kidneys, responsible for filtering blood, regulating electrolytes, and maintaining the delicate balance of fluids, communicate in ways that require both awareness and insight. When these vital organs begin to falter, fluid accumulates in the tissues and lungs, and the blood loses its efficiency in carrying oxygen due to anemia. Suddenly, what seemed like ordinary exertion transforms into a struggle, each breath weighted by the consequences of neglect. Here lies the suspense of life itself. The danger is rarely dramatic or loud. It often arrives quietly, almost imperceptibly, until one day, the struggle to breathe is undeniable, and the realization strikes that the warning signs were always there, waiting for recognition. In this space of uncertainty, many feel fear, confusion, and frustration. But there is also a profound opportunity for awakening. Inspired by the work of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we begin to understand that awareness and action are inseparable. Health is not merely the absence of illness. It is the conscious engagement with the signals our body sends, the respectful listening to its language, and the intentional steps we take to restore balance. Consider for a moment the metaphor of a river. When its waters flow freely, life thrives along its banks, nourished and vibrant. When the river becomes obstructed, even slightly, the consequences ripple outward, affecting everything in its path. The kidneys are the river of the body, filtering and guiding. And when their function falters, the consequences extend beyond the organ itself, touching the lungs, the heart, and the mind. The suspense builds because, unlike a sudden event, kidney-related breathlessness often arrives in layers, each unnoticed until the weight becomes undeniable. A sense of unease may creep in during moments of stillness, a tightness when lying down, or a restlessness that ordinary sleep cannot soothe. These are the hidden cues, the body's subtle countdown, urging attention before the crisis becomes critical. Yet, in this tension lies the power of choice. Recognition transforms fear into preparation, uncertainty into empowerment. The moment we see the connections, when we understand how kidney health shapes overall vitality, we step into a space of conscious care. The teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir illuminate this path, emphasizing that the body's wisdom is accessible to those willing to engage deeply, reflect attentively, and act with intention. Imagine the possibilities when each breath is acknowledged, when each signal is met, not with dismissal, but with curiosity and respect. Preventative measures, lifestyle changes, medical consultation, and a heightened awareness of bodily rhythms become tools of liberation, not restriction. There is an elegance in understanding that the body communicates through discomfort before disease, through subtle shifts before collapse, and through whispering signs before alarm bells. Shortness of breath, then, becomes more than a symptom. It becomes a teacher, revealing the intricate dance between organs, lifestyle, and conscious choice. Suspense in life, as in health, is not simply about fear. It is about revelation. It is the moment when we realize that the answers we seek are embedded in the present, that the signals we have been overlooking hold the key to thriving, not merely surviving. Each inhalation carries potential. Each exhalation, an opportunity to release neglect and embrace awareness. The kidneys, quiet yet relentless, remind us that life itself is a series of messages demanding interpretation, that health is a dialogue rather than a monologue, and that attention to detail can transform destiny. When we act upon these signs, when we honor their subtlety rather than fear their presence, we step into a life of empowerment. We learn, as Dr. Mathew R. Weir teaches, that vigilance, mindfulness, and early action are not burdens, they are gifts. Each decision to listen, each moment of reflection, each proactive step toward health amplifies our ability to live fully, breathe freely, and engage with the world in a meaningful, vibrant way. In embracing this awareness, we do not merely respond to illness, we preempt it. We become architects of our own vitality, shaping a life that respects the intelligence of our bodies and the sacred rhythm of existence itself. Now, as we reach the culmination of this journey, pause for a moment and reflect on the extraordinary intelligence woven into your body. Every organ, every cell, every breath is a testament to the remarkable balance that sustains life. And yet, how often do we take this miracle for granted? Shortness of breath, subtle swelling, unexplained fatigue. These are not mere inconveniences. They are invitations to awaken, to engage with life more consciously, and to honor the delicate architecture of our health. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we understand that awareness is the first step toward transformation, that knowledge alone is insufficient unless it is married to attentive action. The kidneys, though small and often invisible in our daily thoughts, play a critical role in ensuring that every system functions harmoniously. Their silent work filters toxins, maintains electrolyte balance, regulates blood pressure, and sustains oxygen delivery. Yet when their function diminishes, the effects ripple across the body, impacting breathing, energy, and overall vitality. The lesson here is universal. Neglecting subtle signs, whether in the body, mind, or life itself, can allow small issues to grow into profound challenges. Life, much like health, is a continuous series of interconnected signals, each waiting to be noticed, interpreted, and acted upon. There is an inherent suspense in this awareness, for the consequences of inattention often arrive gradually, quietly, but with undeniable impact. Yet, within this suspense lies profound opportunity. By recognizing shortness of breath as a potential signal of kidney dysfunction, by taking the initiative to observe, consult, and act, we transform uncertainty into empowerment. Each step toward understanding becomes an act of self-respect. Each moment of attentiveness, a declaration that your life and health matter deeply. In this way, kidney health transcends the medical domain. It becomes a metaphor for intentional living, reminding us that the whispers of our body, like the whispers of intuition and conscience, demand attention before they escalate into crises. Imagine the confidence, clarity, and vitality that arise when you're in dialogue with your own body, attuned to its rhythms, its warnings, and its needs. This is the essence of what Dr. Mathew R. Weir emphasizes, that living consciously, responding deliberately, and taking early action are not merely medical strategies, they are life strategies. When we cultivate this awareness, we move beyond reactive existence and step into a proactive, empowered mode of living. Shortness of breath, then, becomes not just a symptom, but a teacher. It teaches patience, attentiveness, and respect for the interconnected systems that sustain life. It teaches that even the smallest signals, if ignored, can grow into formidable challenges, and that the power to prevent suffering lies within awareness, reflection, and decisive action. Every breath you take carries potential, not only for physical vitality, but for the cultivation of mindfulness, gratitude, and presence. By acting upon the early signs of kidney stress, by acknowledging the messages embedded in breathlessness and fatigue, you honor the intelligence of your body and assert control over your life's trajectory. In embracing this perspective, you do more than protect your health. You embrace a philosophy of conscious living, one that transforms uncertainty into insight, fear into motivation, and signals into opportunities for growth. Let this understanding guide you in every choice, every habit, and every action. Pay attention to the whispers, act with intention, and remember that your body's signals are messages of care, not punishment. The kidneys, in their silent diligence, exemplify the wisdom of the unseen, the importance of attention, and the transformative power of early action. By listening, by learning, and by acting, you ensure that your life is guided, not by crisis, but by conscious choice. And so, as we conclude this reflection, know that every small decision you make today, each mindful choice, each moment of awareness, can safeguard your health, amplify your energy, and enhance your capacity to live fully. Inspired by the insights of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, Take these lessons to heart. Let awareness guide your habits. Let mindfulness direct your responses. And let proactive care become the foundation of your well-being. Remember, life is too precious to wait for symptoms to become severe. Your health, your energy, and your breath are your most vital resources. Honor them, protect them, and act without delay. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early. Every action you take today to listen, understand, and respond is an investment in a future of vitality, clarity, and empowered living.